So this is the unit when it arrives. The Instantvap Turbo. It arrives with the whole unit ready to go. Okay, all you do is slide your battery in there, and there's your plunger. Like the standard model, you can set to the amount of oxalic acid you want in your hives. I'm going to be giving 2.5 grams today, so we'll open that up a bit so that then we'll be giving a 2.5 gram dose. We're going to be doing vaping in a minute with the new Instantvap Turbo, which I'm really excited about. More so because it's a new thing for me and it's going to be a game changer and a time saver. So I've traditionally used the Sublimox, which is the same as the American Pro, or I should say the Canadian and American Pro vape, which a lot of people have been using for a long time. I found very good results with that, but I've got this model now for a couple of reasons. One, because I am tired of dragging leads around. Two, there's no real heat pan checking as the temperature rises and falls, so you get just an instant release of whatever there was on the heat pan, and sometimes it was too hot, sometimes it wasn't warm enough, which is what I found in a lot of the times I vaped. So I had to wait a long time to at least make sure between vaping that the pan at least heated up. It probably was then too hot, but it did seem to do the job. But the thing is, we don't know. And Instantvap has spent a lot of time researching how the vapor discharges through the different nozzles, through different pans, and measuring the temperatures during that process and measuring the sublimation effect during different temperatures. And this is what they've come up with. We're going to have a look at it, but first I've got to close off all my hives while it's quiet. I've got 20 colonies to do here, and we're going to see how many we can get done on one battery. They're all Makita 18 volt. I've got my charger where I can run and charge up if I'm out and about with my Eco pack charger, so that I can actually charge my batteries when I'm out and about as well. So basically I've gone from having to have leads and an inverter to be completely clear. But first thing I've got to do is I've got to close off these hives, as I said. One thing I want to talk about first is make sure you've got yourself a decent mask. Okay, a face covering one with filters that are in date is obviously much more advisable. I'm going to give this one a quick wipe. I've had it in the storage, but it's been stored out of the light and somewhere fairly dust free apart from the front, but that will all clean up. But anyway, that's my point, is that get yourself a good mask so you're completely hassle free and you feel confident that your mask is going to protect you, because you cannot use this stuff without the proper protective clothing, and you need gloves to keep your hands. So I'm going to probably use these ones today, my beekeeping gloves that spread disease that I've been using when I cut my hands. Okay, so we're ready to go. Just going to close the hives off first, and then we will be ready to roll. You can see all my hives are blocked off from the front. What I'm doing now is I'm putting the rear trays in. So this is our trays that go in to the rear. You take a tray, it slides in. As simple as that. One of the questions I get asked is, do I vape a hive that's dying? In other words, a drone layer or a failing colony? Yes, absolutely, because that's the one that's probably got a high varroa count in it. Because if there was any natural action by the bees to resist varroa, it's gone. And also, often you get drone layers that obviously are more prone to having higher loads of varroa within there. So vape the whole lot, because if you miss a dead out and it gets robbed out by these guys next to it, what's it going to take on board? Varroa anyway. So treat everything in the apiary when you do it. So I'm not going to try and talk through my mask when I've got everything on. At the moment, everything is ready. I just wanted to tell you before I start that I'm going to work from this end all the way down and see how far we can go on one battery. I'm going to let the machine reheat if it needs to between each vape. I'm not going to push it too hard. This is, for me, a field test. This is what it's all about. We're going to turn it on, and it's going to take about 2 minutes to warm up to 250 degrees C, and it hovers around 250 degrees C. So my hives are all ready. I'm going to put my camera on here for now, and then you're going to see me go down the row, and we'll try and time how long it takes, but the camera will do that. But I will speed it up as we get along, and I'll let you know the total time and how long it takes. But as I said, I'm not in it. I'm a professional beekeeper. I'm not in it to gain a lot of time, but this machine will do that. But I want it to do is deliver a proper oxalic acid treatment to these colonies that will benefit right now, because these were the queens that were caged. They were released a week ago. I'm a little bit late getting here, but they won't be capped over yet, any of the eggs. And all this will have 2 treatments, one today and one probably in 2 days' time. And that will knock all the mites down, if there is any. Because don't forget, when you're caging queens for brood breaks, it's not just oxalic acid afterwards that kills the mites. They have a real hard time because they've got nowhere to continue breeding. When you make that brood break, it does disrupt the varroa as well before you treat the oxalic acid. So you're already on to winner. So even if you did miss one, or say you caged some queens and they went to another apiary when they were caged, and then you released them there, but you didn't treat after, those colonies, I'm finding, are still way stronger the following year or the following spring, and they do well over the winter purely because they've had their queens caged and you've broken that cycle. But it's the oxalic acid and the deliverance of a really good oxalic acid vapor that is obviously what finishes off and is the perfect thing. I'm using oxalic acid here. Okay, I've got my plunger. I love this. There's your metered dose straight away. So that's what I'm using. I've got all the right stuff here. I'm going to put my mask on and we're going to get on and get this done. So let's see how we get on. So now the machine is heating up. You can see the temperature rising. I'm just going to nip off and put my mask on, and then we're going to, while this is heating up, I'm going to get my gear on and make sure that I'm ready to go. I don't know if you can hear me. If you want to test the mask, block off your entrances and suck in. And you'll know that everything is coming in through those filters. It's really important. Okay, we reached 260 degrees. Let's get vaping. Done. What a machine. Okay, perfect conditions. There's no bee slime. I don't want to stand in this plume of oxalic, but look, it's hovering. There's so much oxalic in the air. I think it's sublimated absolutely perfectly, and all these hives have been treated. I'm still on 1 battery, and you saw the figures there, pretty outstanding. I'm well pleased with it. So I've just done 4 extra vapes with this machine on one 5 ampere hour battery, and now it's saying battery low. But I've got 3 other batteries here that are fully charged. So technically it's 100 vapes while I'm out and about without having to charge batteries. And I've also got a charger here that runs on my EcoFlow charger that I could charge up between apiaries. So technically, as I said before, I'm pretty autonomous. So we'll turn this off now. We'll let this cool down. I believe in letting things cool down as they should do. But overall, I will say I'm extremely pleased with this machine. It heats up within 2 minutes to 260 degrees. It dips down to about 248, 240, and then climbs back up to about 260 within 5 or 6 seconds. It's absolutely incredible. As the vapor is leaving, it actually starts to regain temperature because the sensor inside is so sensitive. So Instantvap, you get my massive thumbs up. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit from Instantvap.eu in Hungary. If you want to buy this in the UK, go to gwynedgriffithhoney.co.uk. Griff sells these. He's the only dealer in the UK. If you want to buy this in America, go to Loro Bees. They're the dealers for, I think, almost all of America. Brilliant company, really nice guy, Rob. If you want to buy this in France and in Europe, go to www.instantvap.eu. I'll put all the links up in my description. This is a revolutionary bit of kit that is going to change the way I treat my bees. I get lazy before because I had to use so many other things to deliver the vapor, and the vapor wasn't being delivered. Now I don't have to work as hard. It's so much quicker, and the vapor's delivered a quality controlled dose safely through that nozzle to every single hive. So well done, Instantvap. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. 10 out of 10 for me.